I have two brief questions I'd like to ask, if I may.
Hi, welcome to Left Foot Media. My name is Brendan Malone and you're watching The Daily Question. Today's question of the day: is this all that the anti-Trump movement has to offer? Now, the reason I'm asking that question is because in the last week or so, particularly coinciding with Trump's tour of the UK, there has been an increase in, I guess, outbursts or activities, public statements, public acts on the part of people who are what you might sort of loosely term the anti-Trump movement. The two big things that I saw was, and obviously the first one attracted the most attention, was the big giant Trump baby balloon that was sort of flying around all over the UK. You know, it's Trump as a baby, but it's a balloon and he's in nappies. Yeah, look at this, so cool, look at our activism. Hey mum, look at our art. And then there was another dude who had a whole lot of ping pong balls made up with little swastikas on them, and he rolled them out at a press conference. He said something like, hey Trump, I think I found your balls, and he rolled them out at a press conference. And I remember just sort of staring with this weird sense of uncertainty and what the heck is going on here as I read about and watched these two events unfold. Is this supposed to be art? Is it supposed to be activism? Because regardless of whether it's supposed to be art or supposed to be activism, the whole point is that there's no message here. There's no substance here. This just doesn't mean anything. What's the message? I'm looking at these events and I'm thinking to myself, what is the point of what you're doing here? What are the ideas you stand for? What are the ideas that Trump has you stand against? What are the proposals that you embrace and that you think that we should be rejecting? The things that, you know, you think Trump's putting forward. Where's your rational, intelligent discourse? It's not here. There's nothing of substance here. Look, there's a thing about communications. If you want to do communications well, I've been involved in media training now for quite some number of years. And the basic rule of thumb with good media training and sort of good media communications is this: that there's only really three groups of people that you are ever going to be communicating with. The first group of people are what you would call the pro camp. These are the people who are well and truly ensconced on your side of the issue. These are your allies, your friends, the people who accept your ideological or philosophical view of the world, the people who agree with your message. They don't need to be convinced, right? They're already with you. The other group, the second group, is the people who are anti, the people who stand for the exact opposite position to yours, the people who will never embrace or very, very unlikely to embrace the position or the ideas that you are espousing. So you've got the pro and the anti. And the key group, the group that sits in the middle, and this is where you've got to target your communications, whether it's art or activism or media engagement. This is the group you've got to target with your communications if you want to be effective. And this group, the big middle ground group, are the undecideds, the swing voters, the people who haven't firmly entrenched themselves as either pro or anti, and who are open to engaging with ideas and to hearing more. The people who could be convinced if they are presented with the right sort of argument, or they hear from someone who seems and looks rather rational in the way they are presenting themselves. That's the key demographic that you're actually after in any sort of effective communications. Now, this is true in media. It's also true in art, politically sort of motivated art. It's also true with political activism. But it's just not present. This giant balloon, this swastika ping pong balls, what's the message here? Oh, Trump's a man baby. Yeah, don't you get it? He's a man baby. Yeah, but what does that mean? Like, is that it? That's all you've got to offer? He's a baby. Or this guy's got no testicles. What is that? That's an insult at a pub. Right? That's a group of guys sitting around having a drink, throwing insults at political figures they don't like. There's no substance, there's no meaning to that. You can't hang your hat on it. There's nothing to vote for in that. There's nothing to shape your life around. What are the philosophies you stand for? What are the things that you think about Trump that are problematic that you've got a sort of reasoned and intelligent response to? See, these events tell me a lot. They tell me two important things. Number one, they suggest to me that the anti-Trump movement, as I said, I use that term loosely, but the people who sort of, by and large, the people who stand against Trump and who have certainly sort of got the public eye at the moment, a lot of them for some reason seem to be in the media, there's just not much in the way of substance to what they have to offer. It's just sort of vacuous. It's just a group of people insulting someone. It's like, where's your substance? Where's the meaningful dialogue or discourse? Where's the ideas here? Give us some ideas at least. Come on. It just seems that that's missing. They don't really have much of substance to offer. And secondly, because of the fact that they don't have much of substance to offer, it sort of indicates to me that Trump is on track at the moment to win another term in office. Because unless you're going to actually put up something meaningful and stop just floating giant balloons of him in a nappy as a baby or throwing out ping pong balls, people aren't going to join you. You are preaching to the choir when you do that. You are talking to the people who are already well and truly committed to your cause. You are in an echo chamber with that kind of stuff. You are not convincing anybody outside of the anti-Trump groupthink. You're just not. You guys might enjoy sharing these videos and images on social media and getting giggles out of it, but like I said, it's an echo chamber. These are people, the only people liking this stuff are other people who are already with you. But that's not the group that you actually need to invest your time and energy and focus on convincing. They're already with you. The group that you need to focus on are the people who are willing and interested in actually hearing rational debate or a sound presentation of ideas, or who are actually interested in something just a little bit more substantial and intelligent, who could be convinced if they hear something just a little bit more rational and intelligent, something that has substance to it, that's not just vacuous, that's not just a matter of throwing insults. You see, we saw this with Hillary Clinton's election attempt. Insulting people doesn't work, especially if you want those people to actually vote for you. And by the way, a lot of those people now, they are just sick and tired, right to the back teeth, of being insulted by people who disagree with them. Because this has been going on for so many years now. When they look at you insulting a political figure with a giant balloon or by throwing ping pong balls at him and saying, here's your balls, then basically they sort of transfer that action upon themselves, and they say, hey, this is an insult against me as well. This is a person who thinks that the normal way of engaging with another person is to ridicule them and to call them a name, and they think that that's a clever, humane way of engaging with the world. Well, the people that you want to convince who are going to vote differently in an election, they're really not going to be swung by that kind of behaviour at all. As per usual, I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please let me know what you think in the comments section below. And if you like the content I'm creating and you'd like to see more of it, then please support me on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. There's a link in the description below and a link on screen at the end of this video. That's right, I can hear my theme music too. I'll see you next week on The Daily Question.